Hello everyone, this is Praveen Chittoju from Time Chat. Everywhere is AI, that is artificial intelligence. So we will discuss in detail about how AI is changing employee monitoring. Are you ready? Let's deep dive into the session. For the past decade, employee monitoring meant collecting data. Screenshots every 10 minutes, activity logs showing application names and timestamps, managers reviewing spreadsheets of ideal time percentages. But here is the problem. Traditional monitoring made us data rich and insight poor. IT managers at a typical mid-sized company might review 40,000 data points weekly across 100%, yet still missing the signals in the noise. Across a 100% team, yet still miss the signal in the noise. AI-powered monitoring changes the equation entirely. Instead of just recording what happened, it tells you why it matters and what comes. We are talking pattern recognition across months of behavior, anomaly detection that flags genuine issues instead of false alarms, and predictive insights that helps you intervene before the problems escalate. Gartner predict that 60% of large enterprises will use AI-enabled monitoring by 2025, up from just 30% in 2022. That's not hype, friends. That's operational necessity. Are you agreeing? Please comment in the. For the past decade, employee monitoring meant collecting data. Screenshots every 10 minutes, activity logs showing application names and timestamps. Managers review spreadsheets of ideal time. But here the problem. Traditional monitoring made us data rich and insight poor. IT managers at a typical mid-sized company might review 40,000 data points weekly across 100% teams, yet still miss the signals in the noise. AI-powered monitoring changes the equation entirely. Instead of just according to what happened, it tells you why it matters and what comes next. We are talking about pattern recognition across months of behavior, anomaly detection that flags genuine issues instead of a false alarms, and predictive insights that help you to intervene before the problem escalates. Gartner predicts that 60% of large enterprises will use AI-enabled monitoring by 2025, up from just 30% in 2022. That's not type. That's not hype, friends. That's operational necessity. Traditional monitoring shows an employee log. Here's a concrete example. Traditional monitoring shows an employee logged 40 billable hours last week. AI monitoring reveals that 12 of those hours exhibited distraction patterns, frequent app switching, shortened focus intervals, repeated access to the same documents that correlate with the project blockers the system identified across the 3 other team members. One scenario gives you attendance verification, the other gives you workforce intelligence. This is the bridge between visibility and strategic optimization. You are not just watching your team anymore, you are understanding them. And that understanding drives every decision we will discuss next. So what does AI-powered monitoring actually mean? Let's cut through the marketing noise and look at 5 specific capabilities that separate genuine AI platform from branded ruled engines. First, behavioral pattern recognition. Second, contextual predictive scoring. Third, predictive attrition modeling. And fourth one, automated anomaly detection. Fifth one, NLP communication analysis, and the sixth one is deployment ready. First, behavioral pattern recognition. Traditional monitoring flags someone as unproductive if they are idle for 15 minutes. AI establishes individual baselines. It learns that you are senior developer, typically has 3 focused coding blocks daily with minimal app switching, while your project manager context switches every 8 minutes. When patterns break, your developer suddenly fragments their day into 20 minutes chunk across 12 applications. AI flags potential burnouts or role misalignments before it becomes a retention crisis. Second, contextual productivity scoring. A sales representative switching between CRM, email, and LinkedIn 20 times per hour is predictive. That same behavior from an analyst would signal distraction. AI scores productivity relative to role specific norms, not universal threshold. Not universal threshold. A financial service firm with 240 employees told us this eliminated 80% of their false productivity flags within the first month. MIT research found that AI-based monitoring reduces false positive alerts by 73% compared to threshold-based rules. A manufacturing company with 180 remote working staff used this to identify a team experiencing collaboration breakdowns 3 weeks before their manager noticed. These are not future capabilities. These are deployment ready today. Here is where the real transformation happens. Traditional monitoring gives you last week's utilization report on Monday morning. You discover problems day after they started. AI monitoring flips this completely. It tells you what's developing right now and what you should do about it. Let me give you a concrete example. A software development team at mid-sized SaaS company, 12 developers, previously high-performing, time champs AI detected that their collaboration overlap are dropped by 40% over 3 weeks. Not a sudden crash. A gradual decline that wouldn't show up in standard productivity scores. The system flagged it. The engineering manager investigated. Turns out, 2 senior developers had shifted to late night work schedules due to personal circumstances, fragmenting the team's synchronous communication. They caught it before sprint velocity collapsed, before the project delay. That's predictive intelligence. Or consider burnout detection. AI analyzes work hour patterns, weekend activity spikes, and declines ideal time, the behavior signatures of overwork. A marketing agency using TimeChamp receives alert when 3 team members showed sustained evening work patterns exceeding historical norms by 60%. They redistributed workload before burnout-driven turnover occurred. This extends to capacity planning. Machine learning models forecast workload distributing needs based on historical productivity patterns, seasonal trends, and your project pipelines. You are not guessing at Q4 staffing needs. You are working from data-driven projects. The ROI here is measurable. According to Forrester's 2023 research, organizations using predictive workforce analytics report 23% faster issues resolution and 31% improvement in resource allocation efficiency. This is the shift from monitoring for compliance to intelligence for optimization. You are anticipating, intervening, and improving. Let's make this concrete with 3 scenarios we see right now. Scenario number 1, remote team accountability. A software development manager notices TimeChamp flagged one other senior developers, not for lower productivity. His output is fine. The AI detected a sustained pattern shift. His productivity hours moved almost entirely to late night sessions over 3 weeks, with no time zone change logged. Individually, late work happens, but the AI established his baseline consistent to 5 activity for 8 months, then automatically flagged the deviation. That triggered a check-in conversation. Turns out is dealing with burnout and trying to hide it by working nights. Without AI-driven baseline modeling, this stays invisible until someone quits. Second use case, billable utilization. A 45-person consulting firm used TimeChamp's AI to automatically categorize application usage into billable versus non-billable work. The system identified patterns the principals missed: excessive time in Slack, internal meetings, bleeding into client hour blocks, admin tasks consuming prime monitoring hours. By addressing just the top 3 AI identified leakage patterns, they moved billable utilization from 64% to 71%. That's 7 additional billable points across the chain, roughly $280,000 in recovered revenue annually. Use case 3, insider risk detection. Machine learning models spot concerning behavior combinations. Unusual file downloads alone may be legitimate. Half hours access could be catching up. Productivity decline happens, but all 3 potential triggers an alert. According to the Ponemon Institute, AI-based insider threat detection identifies incidents 45 days faster on average than manual review. TimeChamp's behavior analytics lay out these signals automatically. These are not hypothetical capabilities. These are operational today, running on activity tracking, productivity scoring, and behavioral pattern recognition that's already in the platform. But here the problem nobody wants to talk about. AI monitoring creates capabilities that cross from productivity management into something far more invasive. When algorithms predict which employees might quit, analyze emotional states from keystroke patterns, or flag personality traits based on communication style, you have moved from workforce intelligence to surveillance. The regulatory response is already here. The EU AI Act now classifies certain workforce AI symptoms. The EU AI Act now classifies certain workforce AI systems as high risk, requiring impact assessments and transparency documentation. GDPR's data minimization principle already conflicts with AI appetite for comprehensive behavioral data. And US states are introducing monitoring disclosure laws at an accelerating pace. Here is the operational cost. A 2023 ExpressVPN survey found that 46% of monitored employees actively seek ways to circumvent tracking. When your workforce doesn't trust your monitoring system, your data becomes worthless. This is where vendor philosophy matters. This is where the vendor philosophy matters. Platforms like TerraMind prioritizes security forensics, keystroke logins, email content analysis, comprehensive screen recording that's appropriate for insider threat detection, but creates trust erosion when applied broadly. TimeChamps takes different approach. Our AI analyzes work pattern and utilization metrics, application usage duration, activity versus ideal time project time allocation. We don't predict personal behavior or analyze communication sentiments. The focus stays on productivity intelligence, not personal surveillance. The transparency requirement is non-negotiable. Employees need to understand exactly what's monitored, how algorithms influence decisions, and how data connects to management. Without the clarity, even legitimate productivity monitoring becomes a trust liability. So, how do you actually implement AI monitoring without failing into the traps we just covered? Start with the specific use cases. Don't buy AI monitoring because it sounds innovative. Define the exact decision it should inform. Are you trying to improve billable utilization? identify attrition risk before exit interviews, optimize capacity planning for Q4 hirings. A financial services firm we work with started with one question: which team consistently work past 7 p.m.? The single use case revealed burnout patterns affecting three departments. That single use case revealed burnout patterns affecting three departments and shaped their entire monitoring strategy. Second, demand AI transparency. If a vendor can't explain how their algorithm reaches conclusions, you are buying compliance liability. Black box AI creates problem during audits. Black box AI creates problem during audits, employee disputes, and regulatory reviews. Third one, prioritize augmentations over automation. AI should surface insights for human decisions making, not make workforce decisions autonomously. Your implementation checklist should include baseline data quality requirements, employee communication plan, manager training on interpreting AI insights, and a privacy impact assessment. Most failed in implementations skip manager training. They assume dashboards are self-explanatory, but they are not. TimeChamp's approach focuses on practical AI enhanced monitoring, productivity pattern recognitions, utilization analytics, and attendance verification. We are not selling experimental behavioral prediction or sentimental analysis. We are helping you answer operational questions with better data. Organizations ready to move beyond basic time tracking towards AI-powered workforce intelligence can evaluate our approach at timechamp.io. Here is the reality. AI is changing employee monitoring from compliance checkbox to strategic capability. The question is not whether to adopt AI monitoring. It's how to implement it responsibly, transparently, and in service of actually business outcomes. Are you ready to move beyond the basic time tracking towards AI-powered workforce intelligence? See how TimeChamps delivers practical productivity pattern recognitions, utilization analytics, and behavioral insights without invasive surveillance. Please visit timechamp.io to evaluate our approach. Schedule a demo to see AI monitoring in action with your team's actual workflow patterns. Thanks for watching the video. Please scan the QR code and book a dedicated AI delegation audit for your team and organization. We are offering 7 days free trial for use it. No credit card required. Please subscribe for next information video. Thank you.